In 3, 2, 1. Hello there, it's Andrew. This is a long form video. It's my own personal experience of the aftermath of my tumour surgery on Monday last. That would be the 15th, 16th, 17th of November 2025. And I wanted to do this. I've had like 6 attempts at it. This is number 6. And I try and explain. Yes, I talk a lot. I'm trying to explain all the things that have occurred to me in terms of how I feel, how I'm experiencing the world, and does it fit with my previous experience? You know, you build up a mental model of how things should be. And is that, do they match? There you go. No. Please stick with it. If there's, okay, you don't just dip in and dip out for a few minutes each time. It's hopefully there's something in it for everybody, and everybody will get something out of it. I mean, once I've done a brain dump, that won't take long, put it on a post-it note really, then I probably won't do another video like this again unless something significant happens. Who knows? So I'm going to give you about 15-30 seconds of, I think, the first attempt at doing this, which was, I can't remember which day, but it was a while ago. And Thursday last, probably 19th, 20th, maybe, don't know. And compare how I am now to how I was then. Let me know what you think. And I'm interested in your comments about how I am and the things that I've experienced, whether that matches any of your experiences. And the main part of this video I did in a single take, no editing. I mean, I might have just put the odd caption here and there, but no editing, point of view. There is some bleak humour in there, well, dark humour, and there is mention of this thing. So there you go. So if you want to pause it now, go and get yourself a nice beverage. If you're like me, it won't be alcoholic. And then come back, dip in, chill out. It's about 37, 38 minutes. So you've got time to ignore the world for a bit. And then after that, you can ignore me for a bit. Anyway, sit back, relax, and thank you for watching. If there are people that you know who are going through this, I'm not going to do the like, share, subscribe. If you want to, that's great. If you don't, I don't care. Well, no, I do care. Of course I do. But if there's somebody you know who's about to go or has just gone through this experience, just share it with them. They may get a bit of a chuckle out of it at my expense. Never a bad thing. And if they can get one useful thing out of this, it's all worthwhile. So if I can help one person in the entire world, then I am very happy, and I've just managed to avoid having to cook tea tonight. Actually, I haven't. I've got to go and do it now. So anyway, get yourself a beverage, sit back, relax, and the subtitle of this video ought to be, "What weird stuff will my brain not do today?" There is no shortage. Anyway, thank you very much. Love you all. Tuesday. Saturday morning, exactly a week ago, I got up as normal, fine, came down, had breakfast, thought, oh, I'm tired, I'll just go back to bed for a minute or two, and did the exorcist projectile vomiting against the curtains and wallpaper. What you think the differences might be. But so today for me, it is, I have no idea what date it is. That's the 26th. My birthday's a month from now. And my operation was on the 15th, 16th, 17th. So I am op plus 8 if the operation day was day 0. So I'm op plus 8. And improving day by day in lots of little ways. And that is tremendous. It's to give you, this is a long form video because I think it's important for all of you out there who are either just gone through this or about to go through this, or for the people that you care for and will be caring for you, to get a point of view. And I'm not going to sit and type some ridiculously long post on Facebook because I just can't be arsed. And my voice recognition software on my phone is interesting. Oh, good job autocorrect isn't on it to get me into all sorts of trouble. So there we go. Right. So the operation, it was a success. Roughly 2 hours. They got 95% out. And the tumour was of 3 components. There was a cystic part. Okay, so you got a little blob pressing on things. Got a necrotic part, so that's brain cells dying, which I actually find quite disturbing. So I got dead things in my head. And then there was a small component of hydrocephalus. So, but I think that's what triggered all the trouble, because it was pressing on something, and that something went, no, I'm sorry, I'm not doing that. You're on your own, mate. Anyway, by the by, so we came out of hospital on the Wednesday, so 15th, 16th, 17th, 18th, 19th. So by late Wednesday tea time, I was back home with my wonderful family. And then, yeah, it all got weird. Well, weirder in a different way. Abdominal cramps. Oh my God. I don't know what they did to me, but oh, geez, I'm sat here like I am now, and then all of a sudden I'm doubled up in pain. 30 seconds later, I'm happy again. Or I'll rush off to the toilet and sit there for 10 minutes and nothing will happen. And then I'll stand up and it's like back to square. Oh, constipation. What a wonderful thing that is. No. One of the nurses explained to me, she said, what it'll feel like to you, and you'll have no direct experience of this, hopefully, is if you imagine a lifetime of severe period pain compressed into 3 days. Yes, it was that. That is, I am told, what it was like. I don't know. I can well believe it. But anyway, things improve. Everything improves. We're at a point today. Today's phrase, can I fart with confidence without consequences? Yes, I can. That is a significant point, believe me. Yeah. No, it's worked out. We're doing okay. I'm positive about the future. I've been self-employed for 13 years doing home improvements. That business is over. I can't do that. It was killing me physically and mentally. I know it's difficult to believe because I am just so handsome. I'm too sexy for my lounge. But that business is over. I don't want to get back into that, and I can't at the moment because I'm on I believe, a 2-year compulsory medical driving ban, because they don't quite reasonably, they don't want me to have seizures at the wheel and injure myself or hurt other people. I totally get that, but by gum, that's frustrating. And all that workplace stress of, customer deadlines, getting this project going, doing that quote, trying to win it, trying to get the materials done, that's gone. That's gone. And I've got no choice over it. And you know what? I'm not bothered. Really not bothered. Excuse me 1 second. Yeah, this is what you need. Tea. Ooh, I've left that to brew too long. So, the Thursday before it all went pear-shaped, I was having lunch with a friend in the town. So I live in Sandbach in Cheshire, in the northwest of England. It's a beautiful little market town. So if you're passing through the northwest, just pop in and not say hello to me, but come and have a look at the town. I think you'd quite like it. And I was walking home, and it's a mile and a half, 2 kilometres, something like that. And I remember going past somebody's garden and distinctly thinking, it's time to stop using your hands and use your brain. Well, that went well, didn't it? It's like, okay, 2 days later, I'm projectile vomiting and being totally incoherent. Well, more so than normal. And but it's true. I'm actually, for the first time in probably 20 years, I'm actually positive about the future. I don't know how long I've got. None of us do. We can't. I'm at the very start of a long journey here. I hate using the J word. Every bugger's on a journey, aren't they? But I'm at the start of that, and I don't know what's going to happen. Am I going to get knockbacks? Yes, I am. Am I going to be as sick as a dog at times? Oh, yes, I bet. But at the moment, yes, I'm a little bit euphoric and I'm enjoying things, and I'm going to enjoy it for as long as I can. And when times are bad, I'll find something to enjoy. And I've always said, you can get something positive out of every day, apart from the one where you meet the funeral director. There's something good about every day. And I've discovered 2 new friends. Stoicism, I think it's a Greek philosophy, and probably a derivative of it, equanimity. What's going to happen is going to happen. Can I do anything about it? No. So just accept it. It won't go your way at some point, but that doesn't matter. As long as you're true to yourself and you can have a smile and a laugh with your friends, you're not doing too bad. Actually, there's three, it's getting bone itches. There are 3 components for a good day. One, getting a decent night's sleep. It's very important. 2, being free from pain. And 3, having a good poo. The world is always better after a poo. You're going to have to get used to bodily functions because you've got them, and they're going to let you know you've got them. So just kind of, go with go with the flow. Anyway, I'll just tell you this and I'll shut up about poo. My father-in-law lived next door to us. Passed away when he was 96. He'd had a good life. And my wife and myself, and latterly my brother-in-law, nursed him to the very end. And I'm proud that we did that because it's an honourable thing to do. He helped to bring my wife into the world, so we helped him out of it and made him as comfortable as possible. But his undercarriage control, shall we say, wasn't always most effective. I think he'd blown a fuse somewhere. So we had to clean him up on a regular basis. And you'd get a really cheeky smile and a chuckle. Right, so wind forwards a couple of years. Feel the need to go to the loo. Something sinister has happened in my continence pants. So I'm sat on the loo and I look down and I think, I've seen that before. I know that shape, certainly know the smell. It was very strong, very irony, like it got blood in it. I don't think it had. And I just ended up chuckling for ages. Jeffrey, you've done that on purpose. That's not funny. And I could just imagine him in wherever he is going, right, I'll have him. There you go. Let's press this button. Poop. Oh, it was so funny. I'm still chuckling about it. Only happened once. Thank you very much, Jeffrey. Yeah, all right, you've got your own back on me. Anyway, so what have I noted? Let's just get on. Let's roll forwards. You don't need to hear me talking about poop all morning. It's very healthy. We should talk about bodily functions. Strangely enough, we all have them, as I know only too well. Right, so what have I noticed? Balance. That was my problem to start with. Immediately post-op, I was so weak. I was dehydrated and off my face on, I have no idea what. So my balance was really a bit ropey. I was all right. My wife had taken my arm, for which I was very grateful. She is an angel. And then after that, it was sort of like, I'm all right, because I've got lots of things I can hold on to. And just shadow me just in case. I mean, I know how to fall. If I was going to fall, obviously I've got to protect this area. So I know how to roll and fall. Of course, I prefer not to. And it's never actually happened. I think there was one moment in the bathroom where I think I was turning a bit awkwardly, and my centre of gravity, which is your belly button, by the way, did you know that? Your belly button is your centre of gravity. As long as you keep your belly button inboard of your feet, you'll be okay. And I just sort of started going, and I just grabbed the radiator. I was perfectly fine. It was never going to go wrong, because if I hadn't have been able to grab the radiator, I would have turned around immediately, put my hand on the bath. So it's sort of like just be aware of what could happen, and then contingencies. Sorry, I was a project manager. So contingency planning, risk mitigation, risk avoidance. Okay, if this happens, what am I going to do? So there's all those little thought things. Ooh, don't think we want any of that. But the balance is improved. I was just saying to one of my sons earlier, this morning when I went downstairs, what I've been tending to do, hold on, we don't have a handrail down the left-hand side, but we've got a banister on the right-hand side, and that suits me. That works for me better. And what I've been doing is holding on to it and coming downstairs slowly. But once I'd established my balance at the top of the stairs, I wasn't carrying anything. I just walked down normally without thinking. So that's a step ahead. And I haven't done it since, because I've sort of been doing stuff and I'm a little bit tired, which is why I'm sat doing this. So, but that was good. I was like, oh, I haven't done that before. Excellent. Right, vision. I think I may have mentioned visual field hallucinations, where I'll be looking at a strong pattern, and all randomly, some of it will just slide up like that, just for a second. It's not disturbing or scary. It's just kind of like, oh, would you look at that? They tended to happen when I was not fatigued, but as I've been gaining a bit more energy, I'm getting tired now, which is good. It helps sleep. Yeah, we'll come on to that. I took a day, because I wear glasses all the time. These are varifocals. I took a day to properly re-establish binocular vision, and that's okay. I think, well, I know for a fact, the mechanical geometry of my head has changed ever so slightly because of the operation. Well, fair enough. So I'm going to have to get my glasses reset or remade to suit what I've got now. So it's like, if I want to read something, of course, there's never anything to read when you want it. Oh, here we go. This will do. I was given this. How lucky. So me reading a page of text, it's not a problem, but I just have to adjust, just slightly adjust that. Focusing is a bit of a challenge at times, but it's more sort of intermediate and close work where I've got that. One of the main things, no, two main things, taste, sense of taste. That's gone a bit weird. For breakfast, normally at the weekends, I'll have one of those 2-minute microwave porridge sachets, mix it with milk, put fruit in it, happy days. The first one I had was apple, sultana and cranberry, made by a company that begins with the letter Q. And I love them, they're very nice. That tasted surreal. I had it because I needed to eat, and it was just like, this is weird. But it was like, you've changed the formulation. And my wife had a taste and she said, no. So, all right, okay. Things are improving. What I found is things with herbs and spices in taste the most authentic to what I remember previously. Chili, stay away from chili unless you want a chili bum. Sorry, right. Sense of smell, never had one. Do now. It's quite good, quite like it. Well, I quite like it smelling the nice things. Otherwise, not so sure. Hearing, I've always had really good hearing. I don't know whether I said previously, I was diagnosed with autism and ADHD 5-7 years ago. And I've always been had really good hearing, to the point where I was, you can get frequency generators for your phone. And I was at like 15,000 hertz, less than 6 months ago. Now I can get to 10,500. Well, that's not bad. I mean, I am, not exactly 30 anymore. So hearing is fine. I've not had any auditory hallucinations. I am very glad to say. Where are we? Touch, not bad. Sense of touch, is fine. That's not changed particularly, although I am being careful if I go outside, gloves and hat, because I don't want to damage. And this doesn't hurt. I mean, oh yeah, I've got my stitches coming out on Monday. Oh, I am so looking forward to that. It aches. I get bone ache, and it'll probably get a lot. Ooh, it gets itchy as well. It'll probably get a lot worse, but I can deal with that. That's fine. We've got painkillers. But one of the weirdly weird things. Now this is visual field. We were watching one of those blockbuster spy movies at the weekend, the MI thing, and with the main actor, Mr. TC. Well, everybody knows what he looks like, okay? He's instantly recognizable with his odd teeth. I couldn't think of his name for 2 years, no, 2 hours. And secondly, he doesn't look himself. I didn't recognise him. He looked like a really bad B-movie actor. Now, I'm not making any political points there at all. And loads of other people on TV that I know. There's a super programme on the BBC called Mastermind. It's a quiz show. specialist in general knowledge quiz show. It's been going for years. It's excellent. And the current presenter is a BBC presenter who's done loads of stuff called Clive Myrie. And he's a handsome chap. I think he might be a bit older than me. He's a handsome chap. I'm so envious. And if you see this, Clive, you're all right with me, mate. And instantly recognisable. No, he isn't. The ladies don't quite, well, yeah, probably. Back in that film, there's an actor called Rebecca Ferguson, and she's a very pretty lady. She's not looking at her best. And it's me, not you, lovey. I'm sorry. One thing, oh yes, let me just make a note of this. Back in the early days, coming back here from hospital, body temperature regulation, that was all over the place. I'd be roasting hot one second and shivering uncontrollably the next. And that's just purely neurological. I'm all right with that now. I mean, I'm sat here because it's a bit frosty outside and I'm going to be working outside in a bit, and that's fine. So I can wrap up warm, and we're doing okay. And it's important because it's important to try and do the ordinary things, because what you're doing is re-establishing normality after what is, in effect, a very traumatic event for you, for your head, for your whole body, because everything is affected. So there we go. Right, cognition. Yeah, pretty much there. Oh, sorry, hearing. I didn't finish that one. What I found, I've got like a bubbly ear. Now, I don't know what's going on in there, but it's like it's blocked up, but bubbly. It isn't. There's just something going on. You can just sort of, like when you yawn, you can hear little bubbles going on. It's like, hello, what's going on? I think the last few days have been subtitled, "What weird stuff is my brain not going to do today then?" But it's less than it was, and it's improving. Some things are never going to get better, but small price to pay. Reading, we've done that. My speech has improved. This is not my accent. I have a nothing accent, sort of generic North English. When I get fatigued, I end up going into a sort of, now if you don't know, you don't know, a sort of weird Lancashire, Bolton, Blackburn accent. I just did that, didn't I? Blackburn. And I apologise for anybody who lives up there that's thinking, what is this idiot talking about? Well, he's an idiot and he's talking, so there you go. What do you expect? Where are we? Occasionally I will slur words. That's usually when I'm tired, not so much during the day. Transposing, there was a problem I noticed earlier, transposing letters and syllables. That isn't so much of a problem now. Just occasionally something will come out slightly wrong, but a reasonably autocorrect. But I'll lose words. I'll be groping around for a word that I know, and I know that I know. But I don't know that I know that I know, and I can't find it. It'll come, or I'll just go, I'm sorry, I can't remember what I was saying, which is a good excuse. Right, we've done continence. You don't want to hear about that again. Strength. Oh, yes, this is very important. If you take nothing else away from this, take this. You've had somebody stirring around in your head, and they will have cut lots of little blood vessels, tiny little venules and arterioles. It's inevitable. It can't be helped. What you cannot afford, now I'm not medically trained, this is just what I've picked up. What you cannot afford to have happen, really ever, is for your blood pressure to spike uncontrollably. So say, for example, I'll give you just a random example. Say this, my little earbuds, my Bluetooth earbuds, they're very good actually. So I'm using a lapel mic today because it's better. Sort of clamping, lifting pressure, anything that pressurizes your core, you can't do that, because what that'll do is make your heart work very hard, very quickly, and send a blood pressure spike into your head. You can't have that, because the last thing you want is one of those tiny little blood vessels to burst, because you're going to have a really bad day. You don't need another one. So my normal walking around outside is not at pace, but I'm not dawdling. I dawdle now. I just take it nice and slowly and steadily and just let it work away. Until I'm told you're fine, off you go. Stamina, yeah, I'll do. The reason I'm sat here now is because I did half an hour's bibbling around outside various jobs, and it's like, I need to sit down. Be guided by your symptoms. If you're tired, rest. If you feel like you've got a bit of energy, well, go and do something. You've had an operation, or you're about to. You're not a bloody invalid. Muscle strength, use it or lose it. Brain power, use it or lose it. I'm not some hard ass, army type that you've got to push through and get on with it. No, listen to your symptoms. I mean, if you haven't already been told this, then your doctors and care workers are not doing the job properly, which I find difficult to believe. I find walking upstairs now is harder, and it's just because my leg muscles have atrophied a tiny bit. It'll come back, it'll be fine. Irritability. I didn't suffer fools gladly, don't suffer them at all now, but the difference now is I'll tell them. Didn't do that before. That's a bonus. Where are we? Temperature regulation, done that one. Two things I take away from this, more so than at any other time, is I have a joy of life that I've never had. We've had friends dropping in. Oh, yes. A couple of nights ago, it was mid-evening, knock on the door, and there's my wife's longest standing friend. That sounds weird, but you know what I mean, the friend she's had the longest, with two foil dishes, the food, like Chinese food foil dishes, with homemade curry in, chicken curry. Ooh, that was nice. Not hot, flavoursome. I ate that too quickly. It wasn't all for me. I had to share it, which is a major disappointment, but hey, you know how life is. And just having friends come round. I had a friend of mine come round yesterday afternoon. Carl is a lovely bloke. I think he's a bit older than me. Our paths haven't crossed in our careers, but we've sort of had points where we've kind of sort of got close, I think, without knowing each other. He started out as a customer, and he's one of my most valued friends now. Such a nice guy. And came round for cake and coffee. You're always going to get my attention if you've got a cake in your hand. So, but just the joy of life. Talking to my children. Now, if you're a parent, our two are 26, they still live at home. If you're a parent, a lot of the time it's logistics, it's not parenting. Or got to be here, got to do this, got to do that. Oh, the ironing needs doing, the tea needs making, the kids need to do this, blah, 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 blah. You're running around after other people. You don't get a chance just to stop and talk. And that's what we've been doing. all just chatting. Oh, what joy that is. Just to be able to just talk about things. And talking is very important because you're re-establishing neural pathways. You're also intellectually challenging yourself, and you've got to do it. You might just want to curl up in the chair. I've never been able to do that, but I'll sit and rest and enjoy having sat and rest. And we just chat and talk and whatever. And yeah, it's a pleasure. It really is. It's such a joy to have nice chats. And in approximately 29 minutes, well, it's all right, this video isn't going to go on that long. I'm going to have to go and do things because I've grabbed an hour of my son's time, because my maximum strength is a 15 kilo left bicep curl. I can do that. Again, I don't want to create a blood pressure spike, but I can do that, okay, cautiously. But my son is the strength I don't have, and get him to do the things I can't do. And because normally I'm not a macho man at all, but if I can do something, I'll do it. I'm not going to ask for help because I'm not trying to be strong or stupid, because I don't need it. And, if I'm lifting and shifting outside, that's exercise, because I haven't needed to regularly exercise. But my son is the strength I don't have. So we're enjoying that. We're connecting. We're connected as a family. Oh God, that sounds awful. In a way we've never been. And I'm really happy about that. I've discovered a creative side. Well, I always had it. Not artistic, but sort of ideas and things. They're flooding back in. Where have they been? Never been able to. We have ideas, because my other son is actually quite arty creative, and we bounce ideas off each other. Oh, we could do this. Oh, yeah, about that. But now, because I've got to rebuild my business, well, not rebuild my business, build a new business. It's, what can we do? How can we do that? How would that work? And that's kind of, yeah, okay. So, yeah, there's a joy of life that I've never had. Is it going to last? I don't know. Is it going to stay like this? Oh, almost certainly not. And, well, let's enjoy it while we can. So I think I'm not a person of obvious faith, but I respect those who are, and it brings you comfort. Good. If you take anything else away from this, I was going to say something, it's just bloody gone. Damn it. If you take anything else away from what I've sat here rambling on for 34 minutes and 10 seconds, this is a process you're stuck in. You haven't got a choice. Make the most of it. Overall, taken everything into consideration, how my life has changed in the space of less than a month, I think I'm actually in profit. And if the cost of that is brain cancer, if that has given me so much that I've had, not realised, not had, but now do have, if the cost of that is brain cancer, I'm all right with that. That's a price I'll gladly pay, because the weekend we've just had, honestly, I think we didn't do anything clever. We were just around the house, I think we went and did a little bit of shopping, and, well, no, we didn't. I didn't. We had the best weekend. We did ordinary family things, which we've never done. And I'm really, really happy about that. And I thank you from the bottom of my heart for listening to me rambling on. See, it was a little more coherent this time. I'm still far too sexy. Well, for me lounge anyway. So that's pretty safe, I think. And I wish you the very best. just roll with the punches. If you're about to go through this process, it for me, it's been positive. I hope it is for you. Try and get something good out of every day, because there is something good in every day. I mean, it's a beautiful, sunny, crisp, late autumn morning here, and it's a joy to, it really is a joy to be alive. And sometimes to appreciate what life is about, you need your arse kicking. Boy, did I. Not keen to go through it again. If you're just coming out of this process, I would hope you can get what I'm trying to say. And I wish you all the very, very best. And love to you all and your carers and your doctors and everybody that you come in contact with. Have a wonderful day. And if this has helped one person, then that makes me extremely happy. And I wish you the very best. And we'll pick it up again in a week or so. Oh, yeah, Stitches out on Monday. That's going to be fun. We'll pick it up after the Stitches come out and tell you how much I screamed. And yeah, have a good time. This is Andrew signing off. Still upright, still breathing, still here. But I go and do something, I think. All right. Cheers now.